All right. I think we can begin now. Juice, do you want to lead into, I guess, some of the changes that were made over the past couple of weeks, and then we can begin by by addressing any questions that come up as we talk.
Yeah, sure. Let me go find my list. I was just over in the going through some of the tickets. Let me pull this up. Okay, so I know there's been a lot of confusion over the changes. Some of the changes weren't exactly as we had. I shouldn't say that. Some of the things that were actually implemented weren't what we had it like initially planned. It just kind of like a miscommunication. So everything has now been sorted, and going forward, here is how the change. Here is how the node payouts will work. So point one is your true ROI value is now going to be basically based on your total wallet's ROI value. And that's going to be achieved by anytime that you make a new node, the true ROI values from all your previous nodes will basically be split amongst all your like all the existing ones. I said that funny. Okay, so if you have three nodes, right, and you buy a fourth, the true ROI value from the three will be totaled up and averaged amongst the new four. So now they will all have the same value. So you will always hit your true ROI at the same point because it's always going to be split amongst all your nodes. So that means as well that if your nodes, if you hit your true ROI and you buy a new node, so now you hit your true ROI, your nodes have expired and are not producing lava, but are now producing your P lava. If you buy a new node, now they will be essentially reactivated and they will produce lava again to help you hit your true ROI faster. So that kind of takes me into the next point, which is that the only time that a node will produce P lava is after you have hit your true ROI value, and only if that node is compounded. Now, a node is considered compounded if greater than 50% of the reward of the lava used to create the node came from pending rewards, because you can use a part of your rewards from your wallet. So if you use 60% pending rewards and 40% from your lava or from your wallet, then that counts as a compounded node. Let me see if there's anything that I missed. The P lava that is emitted from compounded nodes is emitted at a 50% rate to what is emitted as lava. So the idea is to give people that are compounding, you know, to reward them for supporting the protocol. And compounded nodes will count toward 50% of your true ROI value as well. So in the past it was 5%, which is it was too low, because that means you can essentially buy one node and make 20 off of it, which was a bit too much. So we felt that from this point forward, it's basically okay. You buy one, you can create two off of that, and those two will continue to produce your P lava. So you can essentially just have, if you compound fully, you have an infinitely generating amount of P lava. And now that is only until the protocol hits a point where we stop node creation, we lock it up, and the nodes become tradable as NFTs, and that kind of locks in the value of everybody's NFT node at that point. At which point we're considering doing buybacks as well to help to burn some of the supply to give everyone a greater share of the revenue. So just trying to do our best to support those who want to be holders and you see the long-term vision of the project. One more thing before I turn it back over to Ari. We have removed the sales tax completely. This is because it was tough. There isn't an actual way to enable the creation of LP tokens without losing money to sales tax. And our developer, he tried to find a way around it. The only way would have been to have a section on the DApp where we allow you to do it through our site. But at that point, it's like, why have this? Like the idea is to go to Swapsicle and to put it in through them. So I don't want to have this situation
Right.
where someone goes to Swapsicle, deposits it, and loses 5%. Oh no, I lost 5% of my deposit. It's like, oh well, you should have gone through Lava. It's just I didn't want any of that
Exactly.
confusion. So from this point forward, there is no sales tax. We will be taking 5% of the claim tax and basically just doing a market sale to achieve the same end result. So, but the claim tax is not changing. That's being kept the same. So we're effectively, all taxes are being reduced by 5% in essence. But this also removes any barrier to getting into the farm, which at the moment is paying, I think, 75%. I'm sorry, 70.
I think it's higher than that. When I looked, it was over 100%.
We had, well, the TVL has increased now to 24K, so we're at about, but even then at 24K we're still at 80% APR, and that is also a rate that will be increasing once we get our rewards situation figured out with Swapsicle. They're coming up with a good solution to use that 20% that we cut the rewards by to pay out the farm. I'm not sure exactly what the APR is going to be, but it should be over 100%, just based off of rough numbers. So, and this is a farm that is, it's a stable coin, USDC, paired with a stabilized token. So you're farming with pretty much no risk. So if you haven't checked that out yet, it's definitely worth it. I believe that is everything. Oh, one more thing. Just for clarification, for nodes that are created using a combination of PLava and Lava, which you can do as once your nodes expire and whatnot, the node will take the true ROI value of just the Lava. So PLava effectively has a dollar value of 0. So that is everything. Let me check Gen Chat, see if anyone had questions on that. Well, go ahead. You can take over, Ari.
So Mia had a couple of questions. He wanted to know what are the new updates that are coming in on Monday. I believe this is just the.
This is everything I just explained, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you just said. It's just the changes that Eugene were pushing out. As Applejuice stated earlier, the changes that were put out weren't 100% in line with what we described in the medium and what we told you guys. So we just had to make some small tweaks to reflect that and to make sure the changes were as we originally described. Question number 2 from Mia is: investors had a 20% lava reduction for the benefit of the protocol. What else have you? And what else will you made savings for the benefit of the protocol, or are you just cutting rewards? So Juice also addressed this as well. That 20% is actually being used to boost the rewards for the stabilized Lava USDC farm on Swapsicle. So right now, as Juice said, the APY is around 80%, but that'll be boosted to somewhere between, I would say, around 100%, maybe slightly more, using that 20% reduction. Universal, let me get to you. I'm just reading through all the questions right now. So number 3 was, at this point, the white paper is completely outdated. You generated a Medium article that was confusing for a lot of people, and within 2 days had new updates that will be implemented by Monday. Are you looking to employ somebody to generate articles and write the white paper, since it looked like their hands are full and changes happen at a rapid pace? Yeah, so we are talking to a couple people so that we can better communicate the changes that are being made, and so people are on the same page as the team, and there is as little confusion as possible as to how the new system works, and because you don't want to end up in a situation where you have to clarify things again and again after the fact, and deal with people opening up the support tickets, because it takes a lot of time for everyone. So yes, we will be pushing We will be updating the white paper so that it reflects all the changes that were made. And we can also, I guess we can also update the medium so that it's a little more clear, for all our holders. JC42 asks, any updates on how Fusion will work and when it will be available? So Fusion will essentially only apply to the rewards that to the nodes that are producing lava. So this is before you've gotten ROI back. And the benefit of Fusion in this case is that uh, it'll speed up the rate at which you're actually receiving your rewards, so you can get your ROI faster. And I think we've been talking about having a different type of Fusion where you can essentially merge your PLava or your revenue share only nodes to effectively get an even greater percentage of the total revenue generated by the protocol. As for dates, nothing is set in stone yet. Juice, do you have a sense of when that will be rolled out, or is that?
I would say, I mean, this is something that we have been talking about for a while, and I'll be the first to apologize that it's taken this long to get it rolled out. It's just, with so many new changes, it was like, how do we fit Fusion in, and what do we do with as far as a Fusion fee? And I know I had seen people talking about that once Fusion is rolled out, that it should be allowed, to like the Fusion should be enabled without any kind of fee. And I tend to kind of agree to an extent, at least for a period of time, just because there's been so many people that are waiting for Fusion. But as far as a timeline, I'd really like to have it out within the next before the next 2 weeks are up, because it's been a while now. We have other things that have taken priority, but it's been so long
Yeah,
at this point that I would say 2 weeks is a good point.
and the contracts are already developed. It's just a matter of integrating it with the front end and just getting that Fusion section out on the actual DApp. So going back to an earlier question, Universal Staking asks, I have a Fuji node at a cost of $350, and so far I've gotten 73 lava tokens of rewards. With the revenue share in place, will happen when I get my ROI, but at the current cost, it will take me 2 years to reach the ROI. So what is the plan for me, or what are the next steps for me to do? So you're actually still going to be getting the ROI. You're still going to be getting revenue share for the nodes that you for the original nodes that you purchased. It's just that with compounded nodes, those only convert to the revenue share model once you've broken even. But for the original ones, you'll still be able to be claiming your share of all seed investments and returns from all farms and our sister projects as soon as they become claimable on the front end. But what you can do to actually speed up the rate at which you're getting your ROI is continue to compound, because you're still going to be getting all nodes that you have will still be producing lava if you haven't reached your ROI yet. So you'll just be getting to that point more quickly, and you can also use Fusion. And I know one thing that Juice and I and the team have been discussing with Fusion is to possibly come up with a larger tier of nodes, even bigger than the existing Nova, that'll just help people get their ROI faster. Because at this point, you can do something like that without having to worry about the sustainability effects and implications later on. Simply because once a user has gotten their ROI, then they switch over to the revenue share model. So it wouldn't have the same negative effects that it would have had we been operating under the classical Ponzonomic model. New Bloods ask, so is this new system up and running? Can we compound or wait for announcement before compounding? I think for the most part the system is operational. I think that Juice, you can correct me if I'm wrong. There are still a couple of changes that we're waiting for our dev to push out.
Yeah, you can go ahead and compound. Everything will work. Basically, once the changes are pushed out, anything that is compounded from this point previously will retroactively be updated to the new system. So everything is as far as like from the user's perspective, everything is working as intended. It's just we need these final updates to get pushed out on Monday, but you can go ahead and compound and it'll be fine.
Yep. Be sure to continue. Be sure to post those questions in GenShed, or if you'd like, you can also come on the stage and ask them to us directly. I think what we'll also be doing today, at some point relatively soon, is having a game, and I think the giveaway will be for how many Nova Ruptas? Is it one Nova Rupta for the Sunday Funday prize?
Yeah, I'm down for that. You can up it to 2.
Yeah, we can up it to 2 so we can get 2 games going. We can also do a trivia if everyone is down. Be sure to continue posting those questions. I guess Juice and I can continue talking about the upcoming changes and, dive into the investment dashboard. Just to reiterate, for people who aren't familiar, what the investment dashboard is it's what essentially allows you to track and manage all of your allocations in the investments that we've made as a protocol that you're guaranteed as part of your revenue share. So every time that we make a seed level investment, your allocation for that particular project is automatically calculated based on the nodes that you have at the time the investment is made. And within the dashboard, you'll be able to view a description of the project. You'll be able to view lockup investing terms, and you'll be able to claim it on the actual chain that the project is launching on as soon as vesting begins. And the other feature that we have, and this is something that I'm really excited about, is the community, I guess you can call it the community investment platform, or you can almost think of it as a launchpad of sorts, where every time we come across a potential seed investment, we'll be offering all of our users, all of our node holders, the option to make an additional investment into that particular project. Users don't have any obligation to do that. It's just an extra benefit that comes with node ownership. So if you happen to like one of the seed investments that we're making, and you say, hey, I'm super bullish on this, I want to invest, I want more than what I'm receiving as part of the revenue share, you'll be able to contribute to that project directly from the app, and you'll also be able to track your increased allocation for that. And we've already started doing this so far with Shardium. The way we did it, though, is users filled out a Google form, and then they sent their contribution to a multi-sig that we had set up. But when the dashboard is out, you'll be able to contribute directly from the DApp, and you'll be able to track all information corresponding to that particular investment. Discord 23 asked, if you allow people to upgrade higher nodes to higher nodes without any cost, won't they give them a bigger piece of the revenue share without having to pay for a Nova? So if you're talking about Fusion, what I mentioned before is that Fusion will be split up into different types. There will be Fusion where users are combining their revenue share only nodes, and then there will be Fusion where it effectively only applies to the nodes that are currently producing just Lava. As for cost, I'm assuming there will probably be some sort of Fusion fee, and that maybe just be assessed on the dollar value amount of the node that would be produced by that particular Fusion. But it would be limited in the sense that you wouldn't be able to just fuse every day or every time you either created a new node through compounding or purchased a new node. So there would effectively be a cooldown period for that reason.
I know we had some questions from Cody and Smudge earlier, if you wanted to tackle those as well. They had posted
Yeah,
said
so,
they couldn't make it, but they wanted to ask their questions.
yeah, I can dig into those. So Cody wrote, I won't be able to make the AMA, so I have some questions. So the people that reach True ROI will now have revenue share from sister projects. Does that also mean that they will get a larger share of revenue due to low amount of people that hit their True ROI? Will it be split? Will it be split between whoever is in True ROI? So the way True ROI works is that even if you still haven't reached your ROI for the original nodes that you purchased, you're still entitled to that revenue share. But for the people who did reach their true ROI and have compounded nodes, they'll be getting an even greater portion of the revenue share because those compounded nodes will effectively be revenue share only nodes, and those nodes will continue to produce PLAVA, which can be used to create additional nodes as part of the revenue share. So I guess in that regard, people who have already hit their true ROI and who have compounded will be getting a larger split of the total revenue compared to people, who had just bought in, even if they've compounded, if they haven't hit their true ROI yet, because in that case, only the original nodes will be considered revenue share nodes for those people. Are there any plans on having node fusion so people can fuse nodes into a bigger node? Or will that affect emissions too much? Yeah, we addressed that earlier. So the way we're doing it is we'll be splitting into different types of fusion. One will be fusion for nodes that are only emitting lava. The other type will be for the revenue share only nodes, and we'll have a cooldown period and limits on how and when you can actually fuse. And there will probably be some sort of fee associated with each type of fusion. Any updates on the NFT market for boosters? There are many NFTs that haven't been released yet. So, yeah, we're still we talked about this. I think we talked about this in our last AMA. So we find that to increase the actual reach of the NFTs and to attract as many people as many potential new users as possible to buy the NFTs and join the ecosystem, it would make more sense to have them listed on the mainstream platforms where they'd have more exposure just because the number of users are much greater. So we would probably be listing them there, but if we decide to have some sort of event where we allow for minting them directly, then that would probably be done just from the dApp. Will there be any way to convert PLAVA to lava at a lower rate? No. When is the estimate day for the airdrop that was supposed to happen a while back? I believe you said it would take 6 months or so. Do we know when the snapshot for the airdrop was taken? So as I mentioned before, the way that the system works is that every time an investment is made, the airdrop effectively happens automatically, where we take into account existing users and the nodes that they have to calculate their share of that new investment that was made. And because new nodes are always being created and new people are joining the ecosystem, that'll change, and that's why we do it on a per investment basis. As for when you'll be able to claim, I think this is what you mean when you say airdrop. That will work on a project by project basis, because each project is different. Each one has its own vesting period and lockup associated with it. So it'll depend on the project. I think for the standard, it was a 3-month lockup and then a 6-month linear vest. Or no, it was a 6-month lockup and then a 12-month linear vest, I believe. But you'll be able to view all that information directly on the in the investment dashboard section on the dApp. And like I said, as soon as vesting begins for each investment, you'll be able to claim directly from there as well. All right, some people are typing. So Smudge before was just asking about people who have already ROI'd and how they'll be receiving their share of the Treasury's revenue, or Treasury's profits, I should say. He was just concerned that their ROI, or their percentage of those of that revenue, would be less than people who hadn't ROI'd yet. And I clarified to him that that wouldn't be the case, and you'll be receiving the full benefit of your nodes as part of the revenue share, even if you hit your ROI, since your nodes determine your proportion of the total revenue that you're entitled to. Meaning rewards won't be reduced compared to other holders, and this portion of the revenue share will be larger for people who have compounded and continue to receive PLAVA, which they use to make additional revenue share nodes. Mia asked, regarding this question, you said one way to reach ROI faster would be to compound. However, if I remember correctly, a compounded node generates only PLAVA. At least my newly compounded nodes only generate only PLAVA. How does compounding reach ROI faster? Yeah, so the way that this works is that if you compound, if you haven't gotten your ROI back, meaning you haven't broken even on your initial investment, those compounded nodes also produce lava, as well as the existing nodes you had before compounding, meaning that you get your ROI faster because lava is being produced at an accelerated rate, and then only once you've reached your ROI do compounded nodes continue to produce P lava, which you can use to create additional revenue share nodes. So Nublis asks, say we invested in project ABC and a snapshot is taken today, then 1 month later we invest in project DE and snapshot is taken again. Does that mean project ABC rewards are only available to those whose snapshot was taken on July 31st, and project DE is available for the new investors as well as the old investors? Correct. The projects that you're eligible to claim and the returns that that you are eligible to receive are based on the nodes you have at the time each investment was made. So if you're a new user and you weren't in the project when we invested in the standard, for instance, you wouldn't be eligible to receive those tokens for that project. But if you invested around the time that we made our investment in Chartium, then you would be eligible for that and all future investments. Mia says, should I open the support ticket because these nodes don't generate any lava? So yeah, as Discord said, those changes are being pushed out by our dev by tomorrow. So that any issues you're having should be resolved by then. All right. Any other questions? I think we'll answer a few more questions, and then in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I guess we can get in a game for one Nova as a prize for one lucky winner.
Luck's got nothing to do with it. We're playing beans, dude.
We're playing beans. We're going to.
It's all skill. We don't have to play beans, but I feel like that's been the.
Beans is definitely
that's the game.
Definitely a throwback.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mia, that's that'll be fixed tomorrow. Have you ever played what's the game? Fall Guys? I think that's like the actual one, right? How many support tickets did you have to answer? I can tell you. So we started, I think the first one was around 0735. So we're coming up on about 80. But to be fair, a lot of those were resolved once Eugene was able to get the missing rewards for everyone. That kind of cleared out over half of them. So
Nublets asked, are we safe to compound today? Because I compounded before and a new node is only generating P lava. Yeah, you're safe to compound. As we mentioned just a few minutes ago, the us a couple of minor changes still need to be pushed up by our dev, but those will be in place by tomorrow. So you're good to go to compound now, and you'll see the changes that you'll see the features that you're expecting in place by tomorrow. So do it now, that's fine. If you wait until tomorrow, that's also fine. Just to fill everyone in, lots of progress has been made on Prism, which was going by the code name of Athena. That's our DeFi automation platform. I can quickly drop some alpha in the chat if you guys wanna see some mock-ups as to how that's going. But you got to be quick because I'll be deleting it just in a couple seconds. Give me 1 sec. I feel like the only one who's taken us up on our offer of joining the stage is Lava My Cast, and I think Smudge joined us in one of our AMAs a while back. But like I said, everyone is welcome to join us. Just raise your hand and we'll add you. Otherwise, we'll continue asking questions as they're posted in Gen Chat. Juice, was there anything else that you wanted to bring up with regards to the project, the sister projects, the investors?
No. Did you
No?
did you erase those
Yeah, I did.
those things in Gen? I feel like
I did.
I feel like they didn't do it justice because you did like a screenshot of the whole.
Yeah.
Let me. I know it's tough to do things on a Mac, so let me whip out my Windows 10 machine here.
You could also just. I mean, I was thinking about uploading the PDF with the entire design in it, but then people just will have saved the file, but it doesn't really make a difference.
Nah.
Is there any metaverse or play to earn coming up?
Oh, it's on my hard drive that is not currently accessible after my.
Well, I would just. I'd like to.
It's in chat though. We can download it.
I'd like to, yeah. Well, I'd like to share my screen if possible. But I don't think you can do that from the stage. I think it has to be a regular voice chat.
Yeah, you can do it from the stage. Here it is.
Chris, is your question with regards to lava or with regards to future investments? Like, are you asking if lava will be incorporating metaverse or play to earn features, or are you asking if our investments will be within that area? With investments, yes, you guys will. That will be one of the themes or categories of investments that we'll be bringing forward to the community. So we'll be investing in early stage metaverse or P2E projects. You know, soon. As part of the community investment program as well. So yes, for lava specifically, no, it doesn't really fit with the vision and current focus of the project, but the investments, yes. Absolutely. So I think we'll give it maybe another 2 or 3 minutes for people to post their questions in general or ask to join the stage, and then I think we can wrap it up. Just remember to tune in to our next AMA on Tuesday with Bloomify. We'll be giving away 2 of their NFTs and I think, a Bloombox.
Yeah.
So be sure to check that one out, and join us if you can. When will the AMA be posted?
It'll be posted tonight
Yeah,
on YouTube.
exactly. It just has to be uploaded to YouTube, which can take a little bit of time just because the AMAs are usually over an hour, but you can expect to see it tonight. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you everyone who tuned in today. Always great to see OGs here as well as some new faces. Um, Happy to continue building alongside all of our community, and I'm excited for what's in store for the future. Remember to tune in to our next AMA on Tuesday, and if you just tuned in to today's AMA, be sure to check it out once it's uploaded to YouTube if you missed anything. Thank you, everyone.
See everybody. Thank you for coming.